This is another edition of Rural and Badly. I'm going to try to quit the UK accent. It's kind of, um, yeah, some people would say childish, um, but it's not. It's just how I get through some of the nervousness of me um, and going through addiction. Um, I'm gonna say I'm gonna throw through a lot of this. This is really coming clean through a lot. I woke up this morning and felt really energized, in a sense, in my mind. My body's still really tired. I'm out in Utah right now at my grandparents, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it a lot. It's giving me time to revitalize, refocus, and reanalyze what I'm doing. There's a lot of things that I want to get done in my lifetime. There's a legacy that I want to give. There's a legacy that I want to leave behind, and I need help. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I've been homeless for the last month and a half. I'm going through back and forth through hotels, motels, being on the street, which has refocused, reinvigorated who I am and the meaning towards service work, the meaning towards why I shouldn't use, the meaning why I should use, the meaning why I use, and everything. Using to me isn't a bad thing anymore. It's who I am. It's what I am about, but I don't want to be about that anymore. I don't need to use to be happy. I just need to find a new niche in life to really find the power in numbers, the power in everything. I was looking up the new Independence Day last night, Resurgence, and I think it's called Resurgence, but it's about the Saturn and Illuminati. Through my talks and my visions, I guess you could say, Illuminati has come up several times. So when I watch something like that, it's really weird to me, just to see that point blank. But it could also mean the fact that the Masonites and Illuminati are pretty big in our society, pretty big in our society ideals, and can pop up subliminal messaging. Um, so through what I'm doing, see how I'm getting lost in my head. Um, I'm trying to make a way for people that can't, that can. I was going through some of the things in my head and wondering why people don't help me, people that don't donate, people that don't give, even like 2 cents. Originally, I said, with the Starbucks cup, is this the end? Just helping $5, $6, $7 of a venti latte could help someone's life, could help someone push forward, especially if that person wants it. I definitely want it. I've always wanted it, or I wouldn't still be alive, or I'd still continue to be using, or I'd still continue being a stupid idiot. I'm being lost in my addiction. I'm very thankful for the family I have, the friends I have, to keep me pushed forward. Especially Michael Babacher, who has actually helped me with hotels, helped me with food, and helped me in a friendship going to the gym. He's paying my gym membership so I can get more healthy that way. My mom for helping me get out to Utah to see my family, flying me out here. It's a big one. Saves my life every time. And really refocusing on where I need to see myself in a decade, in 20 years, so I can be there for my family, so I can have a family of my own one day. I want to have kids, hopefully I'll have kids. It's not because I can't adopt. I want to have my biological kids. I want kids so my mom has grandchildren of my own. And the biggest thing is the mistake I made so long ago, of not using prophylactics, of not really going with my instinct, of not being true to myself, because the reason I've become HIV positive is just for the fact of I wasn't smart. It's never going to cause me to think I'm a dirty person. It just is like the simple things like marriage. It's something that you can't get back. And so I'm huge on people using condoms. I'm huge on people, if you don't want to use condoms, then don't blame the other person. I don't blame the person that originally infected me, even when he whispered into my ear, I'm going to give you something that you can give all the little boys. Forever and ever. And when I asked him this, I asked him, what did you mean by that? And he said, necklace. What do you like necklaces? So that's why I'm more stern on what the, instead of like, you know what, it's my fault. I didn't report it originally just for the fact of I'm an adult. I was young. And I can use the power out of that and make other people really get more onto the firefight or the front line of I'm a good person too, I'm healthy, I'm strong, and I can push forward. I don't have to look at people saying I'm gross, I'm dirty, I'm disgusting, how could you be with me, how could you be alive type of a deal, because that's not right. That's actually giving yourself, if you say that out of your own mouth, 10 times fold down. Just because you're hindering someone to a finite point of you're basically committing manslaughter. Because if you do that and if you shame someone that severely, it should be considered that just for the fact that person could be committing suicide in the future. So you need to watch your words. I'm very wordy these days. Very. I don't use my hands. I don't get too, I guess, boisterous, just because I've developed more of I can whip you with my tongue. I can tear you down in a heartbeat because I know I can. Because I've been through a lot. I've been through more than most. Way more than most. I've been homeless 3 times. I've gone through my disease. I've gone through rape. I've gone through so many things in my lifetime. I've gone through domestic abuse. I've gone through childhood sexual abuse. I've gone through a lot. But I still don't hinder. I still try to find the silver linings and everything like last night. Going through, why would somebody, say something and not be a man of his word and just kind of dip out on something? And to my silver lining of that was thank you for giving me verse to use in my other dialogues, because in all reality, I'm finding silver linings, and silver linings can be woven into a big loom one day and have that silver fleece. Have the silver fleece instead of the golden fleece, because second is always great. As seen in the Olympics, gold is awesome, but in silver linings, second is great. As long as as long as you can show something out of it, it's more than gold. It's your, as they would say, you have your silver spoonus. Given the silver spoon. I think everybody's given a silver spoon. It's how you look at it. Some silver spooners would actually tarnish that silver, not ever wash it, never make it better. Like as in the Trinity churches, the trusts out there. Some people are just parting away the money their grandfather made all those years ago. I don't know to a finite point of these people, but publicized on TV. If you don't want to be seen that way, don't be that way. If you don't want to be seen that way, don't act that way. Don't erase it off the media. I never erase anything off my media, even if it looks derogatory, disgusting, and gross. I've learned that I don't like to edit. I hate to edit. It's just so that people can really look at me in a new light, see where I've come from, and see where I want to go. Like Facebook. Facebook is not made for the realization of everybody's good. Well, everybody is good, but there are bad parts of everybody's life. There's some parts that you don't want to see. So, you can't have it one side have a good PR and another side have negative. I would rather hire someone into my company when I get really big that shows everything. I don't want any hiccups. And that's why I don't get rid of these. on my arm. Because I don't have skin eraser arms. I can't take an eraser to my arms, and I would never want to. It's just wrinkles like wrinkles on the face. I want to know where I came from. I want to know how Thomas can get up his tracks for the I think I cans. And I think I can too. I know I can, so I can tell other people how they can do that to put all those ingredients together for the gingerbread man to run as fast as you can. Can't catch me because I'm the gingerbread man as a kid. Because you never know when the evil's going to come after you, and I want to help you through it. So through my entire delving through my things, I can still be homeless, and I still help out people. People on the street, come stay with me. It's hard for me to do it, and I didn't do it this last time. But the time before, yeah, I had 2 people stay with me. 2 people come into my hotel room to get a night's sleep. 2 people to actually do that, and that's what was beautiful. Is the service work through everything. You have to do service work. You have to get by because as they're gonna call me Bill, and if you get that comparison, because I want to provide. That's the whole reason I want to get a 5-bedroom house, is to get people that want to get better, that can get better, that are willing to do it, get through it. And have 5-bedroom house. I'll have 4 extra rooms to get people off the street to cook for. I love to cook. I've never been able to undercook. And maybe there's a reason for that. I'm LDS, and so I have big families. But the reason, I've always blamed it on that. Maybe it's the reason because then I can cook for a household. I can have kids that aren't mine, that are other people's. I can just do a lot more in life than just sit there and be stupid old me or a drug addict or something like that. My past ex called me a meth addict, meth user, meth head. And which really frustrated me to a finite point of it really tore me down, and I would reuse and reuse and reuse. But my comeback would be, yes, I am, but I'm not using. I'll always be an addict. I'll always be a meth addict. I'll always be something that I can't run away from. I was even sober for 8-9 years, and I would teeth as much as I do now. I just never picked up. I would want it, and I never went to groups. And I did it on my own. I did it with people around me, of course, but I didn't do groups. I didn't really go to therapy. I went to therapy for 2 years, but it wasn't for that. It was for more of my childhood, my current situation, all that, and I need to get back on the forefront of that. So I'm redeveloping, reformatting my business strategy. Currently, I am an adult entertainer. I haven't come out openly about that, and it's great. I love it. I love it to a point where, if it saves children from an abusive father, which I had a stepfather who was, or an abusive family turmoil because somebody's not getting a certain outlet given, then if I can provide that, then I'm all about that. And that's how I look at it. How I strive to say, I'm doing a good deed, and I'm going to change law because of this. I'm going to be getting my psychology, biology, theology, and business degrees. I want to get a law degree. I've been told, why don't you concentrate on something? Why don't you just go for something and strive it? It's because woo-woo. Word universe, word you. Wonderful universe, one of you. If I concentrate on one single thing, I won't know the building blocks. And so while I'm building those building blocks, why not go to school and give myself some more education? Life is about learning and knowledge. Unfortunately, we live in this day and age that education costs money. And so, by some people's aspects, I can't afford it. You can always afford education. It's called loans. Just get yourself severely in debt. But you'll know the world. You'll know and own the world by knowledge. Because if you know so much information and a little computer yourself, then one day you can buy all those loans, sell them to yourself, to give them back to the government, and then you're good to go. Because in all reality, we're always having loans being bought on us, having loans taken out on us. And sometimes it's not monetarily, sometimes it's emotional, sometimes it's physical. But you should never look at education as something that you shouldn't be doing just because it costs too much money. Because one day you'll wake up at 33 years old and not have a major, not have a degree. And that's me. And so that's why I'm focusing on everything. It might take me 20 years to accomplish, but at least it's something. Like back in the day when I was talking to my ex, and he said that I was a retard to think I was going to be a politician or a president one day. No, that's just big dreams. Or that I wanted to buy an island and have my own hotel chain to help out people so I can send kids off to a 5-star all-inclusive paid resort trip that they don't have to pay for it because they're working the program. Because their parents are working the program and they're wanting to get better. It's called preventative care into your nation, preventative care into your world, preventative care at a familial community level. And if I can't buy that island, I'll probably have my own little, so to speak, island. You know, it's all about breaking those barriers, bridges, taking each other's hands, giving each other's olive leaf, and making something for it and about it. You know, I got an email a while ago saying, concentrate, put your ideas and tips on a bullet board. I've been doing that forever. Don't roll around in the grass so much. And put that on. That's called having a character, coping, and not letting yourself use. So if me rolling around in the grass bothers you so much, don't watch me. So, 2 other points. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up on everything. I haven't done a vlog in a while, and I really needed to, because I am right now. But I'm going to do more of them. I have to make a point of it. Like I was talking to Michael, I have to make a point of doing things I say. I have to be doing blogs every day. I have to have a structure. So back to the email, yes, I need a structure, guaranteed. But it's hard to have structure without money. And part-time job I already have, which pays more than most people, but having the structure with the time, with a home, is a lot harder. So that's what I'm working on, getting a house. So it's really hard getting a part-time job in Denver. That's going to be paying for something that's going to be revolutionizing the world, I guess, or me, and keeping my head up. It's going to hinder things. It's going to slow things down because I already have that all under control. I just need more of a backing, more of a following, I guess. And I'm kind of teetering here because I'm getting a little annoyed with that comment because I know I've done this for a while. I know what I'm doing. In 2014, I'm not quite sure, but it was between $120,000 and $160,000 that I spent, and I spent it all. I spent it on food, I spent it on traveling, I spent it on other personal effects, and I have nothing to show for it. And part of me is like, I'm glad, because then how would I move it all? Especially going through, probation, going through an ankle monitor, going through something that really hurts inside, but at the same time needed to be done for me to get sober, for me to move on, cut ties to really get my train going, for the Thomas the Trains. I think this is probably the most stern, I guess, or non-hyper, some people would say. They've seen me. I get really serious about talks. I can talk to myself for 72 hours straight. I could probably hold an amphitheater, arena of 50,000 people, and talk through for 12 hours easily. I have a lot on my mind and a lot to be said, especially if it's not like crazy stuff. It's more of I need to be a politician and run for politics. I need to do this in the world. Why isn't this working in the world? Why aren't we doing this type of things? Because it's really annoying when people complain that big business owns government, or other things are going to be owning government, or why don't we have schools, or why is our infrastructure crumbling? Look at your politics, look at your law, look at how things are running. Look what could make a lot of money, since we do that as a nation, like to capitalize on certain things that doesn't really matter if it helps humans or not, or if it pollutes the air and drives things down, like Rockefellers and oil, North Dakota and oil right now, polluting air. EPA, blah, blah, blah. Because EPA wasn't enforced back then. We had to have a law put into place for industry, for kids, after the kids burned. So it really doesn't make any sense. Why can't we legalize all drugs? I know that's not a really good option, but it surely would give us free care. It surely would give us more public schools. It surely would give us better education. And where are we investing? Not there. Or we wouldn't have such a poo of an infrastructure in our education. We wouldn't have teachers that get a tenure and decide, I got tenure, so I'm going to quit, but I'm going to still sit in the seat. There's other teachers that are fucking fabulous, and it should be put up on a pedestal, paid a lot more, and said to the other teachers, well, you're not working out. I'm sorry you have tenure, but that doesn't mean tenure quit. That means tenure, keep going. So we need to reestablish and reorganize and formulate that. Reorganizing our narcotic industry is not saying, let's play, I'm going to have all the narcotics so we can get high. No, it's called reformulating it so we can have a money market. Something that takes away from the cartel from coming over Mexican borders, and quit blaming it on the others who like to pick our tomatoes, and give them citizenship. Break down a wall. We're putting up a wall when we shouldn't be. We're putting up a wall. Why? There's no point. Because in all, if everything goes to the poo-poo, which Trump likes to put up, I can't come into the UK now because of certain things, he said, which I'm not going to look up at the moment because I don't really care, because I'm not for Trump. I don't watch him. I don't watch Hillary either, which I should. I feel our nation, I feel our community, I feel what's going on. I need to, because November's coming up, but it's not here yet. But if you have a president that wants to put up a firewall, already is out of the UK, which is our bridge, where do we go if something happens? We can't even talk to each other. We talk to a phone. I talk to other people, but they run away. They don't like to talk, especially when it comes to this stuff like this. So I'm going to be doing a lot of reformulating. I'm going to get my 2 cents, since I always put my 2 cents in, and put it in my piggy bank, and see what I need to do with it, and really see the feedback I give myself every day grow and prosper, and build those and bring those seeds for the great tree, the strawberry fields forever, a new prairie to fucking explore, new prairie to really go west on. Like 5 will go west, we have to look up at a moon because we miss each other. Why don't we just go to each other? We have the communication, we have the building blocks, we have all of that. And it just hurts every day. I cry over this. But usually when I do, it's when I'm coming down. Because I'm feeling Mother Earth just burn and crumble. And it just doesn't seem like poo is worth it. So, if you're listening to my talks, if you have something to say, please give me feedback. If you want to put your 2 cents in, do. It's at paypal.me/ WUWUE313E, I think. But I'm not too sure because I haven't been wanting people to donate in a while, because I haven't been getting feedback, I haven't been getting donations, I haven't been getting any of that. So if you want to donate, ask me, because I'd rather have you talk to me and then ask me about donating than do that. I plan on having so much come through me that it's going to be incredible. And so by my other job, I'm going to be raising money. I'm going to be funding myself. I'm going to be investing in myself to do that. And then I'll be doing fundraisers and events and charity events through Lights. And then ultimately, I'm going to try to organize the global event of the world that's probably going to break Guinness World Record. And this is what this crackpot retard, as Scotty would say, is going to do. And I need to start doing it, as I told Michael. Start putting my foot down and saying, you know what, I need to start doing these things. I need to start making it happen. And it happens, unfortunately, with a startup package of $6,000. Because, unfortunately, I want to get a house. Once I get a house, I get a stove. Once I get a stove, I get to cook for people. Once I get to cook for people, I can feed people. Then I can build a community. Then I have somewhere to sleep. Then I can invite people over to sleep in my couch, my spare bedrooms, to get off their feet. And then I reinvigorate a community back again. So that's what I'm doing with my life. What are you? Hit me back. Let me know. 313-960-0900, or just leave me a little tidbit on YouTube, Facebook, or somebody. But please listen to this. This is what's going on, and this is what's going to happen. I'll be here for, I don't know when. My spirits told me I was going to die when I was 32. Good still. But I took the inverse thought of that, saying, oh, no, I got some more years, 35. So imagine if you thought you were going to die, and you thought you did die, but you still wanted to change so many things because you didn't care about yourself. You just wanted to see the world grow before you left. And that's what I'm doing. So if you want to think about that, put your 2 pennies in. Put your 2 cents in. And that's what I mean by that. If you want to send me a quarter and 2 pennies, definitely do that. Because a quarter is good. I forget what the lingo was, but it's a good way to start a nation. Quarter of a nation. Love you. Talk to you soon. 313-960-0900. Bye.